Okay, in this example, let's find the equation of the graph in red. So somebody mentioned earlier, well, any graph of a cosine can be thought in using the appropriate phase shift can be thought of as a sine function, and vice versa. But for the most part in the homework, if we give you a graph, we're going to give you a recognizable piece to work with. So it's going to be obvious, oh, we mean for you to use which function here? The sine wave. If we gave you a piece that looked like this, and we said find a formula for it, then we would be hoping that you would use the cosine, right? Okay. So we have this picture in red. Well, okay, let's start with a basic helper function. Basic helper function, then just to grab a hold of something is going to be y equals a times, we said, sine of b times x, right? So let's take a look at this graph. What does it appear as though the a would have to be based on the height, not just the height of the graph, but how high it extends basically from the middle of the graph on up, right? What does it appear that the value of a is? So yeah, it really, if you want to visually get it, you could split the graph in half like that. How high is that, right? And so it looks like this is 4, this must be 2, so this distance is 2, and so the amplitude must be 2. And in this case, the amplitude and a are going to be the same because the graph is not upside down. Does that make sense? Okay. Another way to get it is to take the maximum height value, that is, which is 4, minus the min. What's the min? 0, and divide by 2. And that does work. 4 minus 0 divided by 2 is equal to 2. So either way you look at it, a equals 2. B, we need B. B is related to what? The period. What does it appear the period is? So the scaling, I didn't give you this scale mark, but I did give you this scale mark, is pi, and there's how many of them? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 pi would be the period it appears, right? Okay, so how do you guys tell me, how do I find B then? If I know the period is 4 pi, right? So we know that P is equal to 2 pi over B. Let's use it. So we're looking for B. Remember, 2 pi over B then is equal to 4 pi. 4 pi over 1 if you like. So you cross multiply. What does that mean B is going to equal? So let's not use another equal sign if we're going to the right. Let's use an arrow or something. You cross multiply, you get 4 pi times B equals 2 pi. Or B equals 2 pi over 4 pi, which is a half. Okay, so fill this in. What do we get? Y equals 2 sine 1/2 x. Everybody agree with that? Okay. But wait, there's more. What do we have to do to this thing? So is there any kind of phase shift that we have to worry about? No. But we do have to move it up 2 because normally the one period of the sine function starts at the origin, right? So it's a vertical shift, a v shift, vs of 2. So add 2 and we've got it. So the function we're looking for is y equals 2 sine 1/2 x plus 2. A lot of 2's in there for whatever reason.